I am just a girl that went on Big Brother. The public have seen my whole story. Every aspect of my life they've seen because I put myself in that.
But for the millions who followed Jade Goody's meteoric rise, few would have suspected it would end like this. She died at just 27, struck down in her prime, after a very public battle with cervical cancer. But had it not been for her appearance on Channel 4's infamous reality show, Jade would have been just another silent statistic. It all began for the former dental assistant when she won a place on the third series of Big Brother in 2002. She became a firm favourite thanks to her language gaffes and antics, and contributed to many of the programme's highlights.
It had to be the bit where the funniest moment, and not my favourite really, where she got naked basically. It was so funny. It was so funny. She did the dance and I didn't think she was going to do it, and she took her clothes off and I was just like, I can't believe she's done that on telly.
Yeah, she gave it so much entertainment, Jade did, and she's such a bubbly person.
It was the launching pad for a career which saw the girl from Bermondsey fronting her own shows, creating a perfume and writing an autobiography and even a column. At the height of her success, she became a mum. She had 2 children with Jeff Brazier, Bobby Jack, who was born in 2003, and Freddie, who came along just over a year later. But in 2007, she went from being the nation's darling to the nation's villain.
Big Brother heard you refer to Shilpa as Shilpa Koala,
What?
Shilpa Darupa, and Shilpa Popadoom.
Over 40,000 complaints were made to the celebrity edition of the series amid allegations that Jade had made racist comments about Bollywood star Shilpa Shetty. In a bid to make her way back from the showbiz wilderness, she visited India and in 2008 decided to enter their version of the show in which she first found fame.
Rahi, who? Big Boss, Geka. Namaste, India.
The Jade Goody I came across on the sets of Big Boss was very different from the Jade Goody I knew when I was doing Big Brother, and was a positive change. Obviously, I guess that those 2 years must have taught her a lot, and she must have been through a lot.
But it was whilst there that she was given some devastating news.
What happened? What did doctor say?
God sake, because my family needs to.
Every big moment of her life has happened in front of the Big Brother cameras. I mean, it made her famous. And she went in Big Brother with Shilpa Shetty, which was another big pinnacle moment in her career that she shared with us. And then she was in India when she found out that she had cancer. So, I mean, she's definitely lived her life out in front of the cameras.
And she chose to do that all again in the last months of her life, filming her treatment and progress. And while some criticised her choice, many were on her side.
The amount of people going to get tested and stuff like that, and I think it's kind of finally bringing to light that people only get told about smear tests and stuff too late and too old, especially considering, you know. And I just think she's done an amazing job. It was too late for her, but hopefully she's helped a lot of people.
Jade went on to marry Jack Tweed on February 22nd in a lavish wedding that was spread across the pages of OK magazine. The sizable deal she struck meant some security for the 2 sons she leaves behind, but also for cancer charities, as her dying wish was to make a contribution.
She died in just the same way that she chose to live, full on in the glare of the limelight, a celebrity right to the end. Everyone had heard of Jade Goody by the time her life was over, and that was her dream achieved. The pity is that it lasted all too briefly. She became a star of our times, the biggest name to emerge out of a reality TV show, only to be confronted with the cruelest reality of all, a young woman robbed of her future, a young mother denied her time with her children. She wanted to be famous when she started out, but it turned into a far more amazing journey that took her from being one kid out of a rough Bermondsey neighbourhood to a place in the nation's heart. Indeed, the whole world has discovered Jade in her final days. Even the coldest cynic, seeing her courageous struggle in her final weeks, played out as always in front of the cameras, had to warm to her. She was dying in front of us. Bald-headed and unashamed of it, she took on a fierce kind of beauty, as if she was defying the cancer to do its worst. It was shocking and distressing, but at the same time we couldn't turn away. For with every faint glimmer of hope followed by the next bleak prognosis, the closing of Jade's life was a compelling reminder of everyone's mortal battle. A star was born when she first appeared on TV's Big Brother back in 2002. She revelled in her role in the Big Brother house and soon became famous for coming out with a series of daft statements that became known as Jadeisms. She split public opinion with her antics, but she'd been noticed, and when she emerged she quickly became a star. Her own TV programme followed, and appearances on chat shows, and she even launched a brand of perfume. Her autobiography sold 125,000 copies. 2 years ago she agreed to enter the house again, this time for a celebrity Big Brother. However, her appearance was a disaster after she was accused of hurling racist comments towards fellow contestant Shilpa Shetty. In an effort to atone for her crassness, she agreed to take part in the Indian version of Big Brother last summer, but in a tragic twist, 2 days into the show, she was told by her doctors in the UK that she had cervical cancer, and that the condition, which had gone undetected for 2 years, was now serious. Jade raced home frightened and tearful, and we watched her grow frail and weak. We shared the news that nothing more could be done for her. We saw the celebrity become once again the ordinary girl from an ordinary council estate. As it became clear the end was near, a white wedding to boyfriend Jack Tweedy was quickly organised, followed by an emotional christening for her 2 boys and a baptism for herself. In the end, she proved so many people wrong, the experts who warned that fame would destroy her, and the critics who carped that she was talentless and pointless. She turned out to be an inspiration, and most of all in her last weeks. Thanks to the Jade effect, it's now likely that routine smear tests will be reintroduced for women under 25. I want to be remembered as the girl who put up a fight and would never let herself get beaten down, she said in a final interview with OK magazine. The journey's finished now, and somewhere along the way she came to realise her quest really wasn't for fame at all. It was to find the real Jade.
It's just a very sad thing to happen to such a young girl.
Really does put things into perspective, doesn't it? I just feel so sorry for her little boys. I really do.
I think Jade is just so lovely and so down to earth, and she's just such a normal, natural girl, and you know, you can just laugh with her and you know, see the best in her, and you know, it's just so sad.
I think it just shows that someone actually can come out of nothing and actually become someone and achieve something. Financially, career-wise, and all of the things. And that's a great message to put out there, that you can be whoever you want to be.
She's got a lot of fans out there, so I'm sure everyone will remember her fondly.
Cancer is a terrible, disgusting disease, and she's got 2 children there as well. That you know, you can't not feel sorry for her, you know, and her family.
It's a really sad subject, and it's quite horrible to talk about because obviously I know people that's passed away from that as well. But obviously, you know, unfortunately, it's something that happens, and there's no cure to it. So you know, it's horrible.
I think it's kind of finally bringing to light that people only get told about smear tests and stuff too late and too old, especially considering, you know. And I just think she's done an amazing job. You know, it was too late for her, but hopefully she's helped a lot of people that it won't before, and I think that's a lovely thing for her.
I've met Jade on more than a few occasions, and she talking to someone that's got a lot of optimism. I mean, that girl, she's definitely looking at the glass as half full. I mean, as I said, she's a lovely woman. I've met her loads of times, and it's a big shock, and it's hit home the fact that I know her and that.
She's so normal. I think that's what people love about her. She just says it how it is, you know. You know, she's come from nothing, and she's created so much, and she's kind of just given herself over to the world.
The funniest moment, and not my favourite really, where she got naked basically. It was so funny.
It was so funny.
She did the dance, and I didn't think she was going to do it, and she took her clothes off, and I was just like, I can't believe she's done that on telly.
Yeah, I think her legacy will be that, you know, it's this girl who literally kind of was built up by reality TV, then dragged back down.
This isn't a publicity stunt. You know, you don't hope that something like this will happen to help your career. It's a terrible, terrible thing, and it's really sad that regardless of how you get famous or whatever, these things happen, and people should let you have some dignity and they should treat you with a bit of respect. And I hope that the media starts to do so.
Everyone feels like they know her. Like, I do know her, but everyone feels like they know her, and that's why it's so sad.